Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's card reading for the 1st of April till the 7th of April 2019. Can't believe we're into a new month already. The clocks in the UK went forward last night or early this morning. So to me, it officially feels like spring now, and it's like, yes, finally. So happy about that. So I'm just going to dive straight in. There is a bit of guidance that came through this week to do the reading slightly different. So we're going to have some guidance in terms of relationships, and then we're going to have some guidance in terms of career and vocation as well. And then alongside that, we're going to have some guidance or support in terms of what cards come up from the Angel Prayers deck, kind of like I did in the last reading, so that seemed to work well. So first of all, thank you to everyone who has subscribed, liked, commented, even just viewed the videos. I'm just so grateful for everyone and everyone's support, and I really hope that you're enjoying the channel so far. Hello to any new subscribers, and if you need to know a little bit more about me, you're quite welcome to visit any of my social links down below. But yeah, if you like this video, then like and share, and subscribe for any future videos as well. So I'm just going to go straight into it. So I've got a new pack which I'm really excited about, which is the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. So this pack I got because I really wanted to kind of just have one pack in particular for relationships, because a lot of the time things can come up about relationships, and it's nice to just tune into one particular area. And so I wanted to kind of obviously incorporate that into this week's reading. So we've got the Romance Angels, and then we're also using Work Your Light, because I was guided to obviously do a work reading this week, career readings, and it just stood out to me. It says work in it, and it's all about kind of shining your light and following your light and following your career path that lights you up. So I kind of picked that up really to use that pack. And then we're going to use Angel Prayers as we used last week to just confirm or support any cards that come through. Okay, so let's get to it. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. Oh, there you go. No, I love it when cards just jump out. Oh, okay, so when we get loads that come out all at once, generally that means no, or it means not to use those ones. So we're not going to use any of those that just fell out everywhere. They don't want to be used. They're like, no, I'm not anything to do with this reading today. But we have got one that has just kind of flipped itself up in the pack, so we'll use that. Okay, what else do we need to know in terms of relationships this week? Is there any other cards that want to come through? Don't really know if there's any more, to be fair. No, there's not actually much coming through, which is really strange. So it might be that there might be more that comes through from these two cards. So there's only two that have come out. So we've got religious factors, okay, but what I get from this is beliefs, okay. So I get obviously beliefs, kind of relates to religion. It's something to do with the way that you believe about what you can attract in terms of relationships, and that can be for anyone who is in a relationship at the moment, and whether they believe that this is going to last, or whether they believe that things are going to change, things are going to improve. It could be something in terms of maybe something's going on for your partner, and you don't believe that things might get better for them. It seems to be something that people are struggling with. It's like limiting beliefs, really. Believing that things are going to be okay. Believing in yourself as well. So it could also be to do with like the relationship with yourself. So believing in yourself. Believing that you are worthy maybe of a good relationship. So maybe things are going wrong in your relationship, or not going the way that you want them to. And there's something about self-belief. It's kind of like, I don't believe, like maybe a deep-seated belief that you're not worthy of this relationship, or you're not worthy of um of things improving. It could also be that things are going really well. It might be that you've met someone who's amazing, and you actually like not believing that this is like real, or not believing that you are worthy of this amazing relationship. You know, you're probably thinking, oh my God, like, how have I managed to attract this amazing person? I'm not worthy of them. Like, oh, what's so special about me? There's something about that coming through as well. So there's quite a lot around beliefs. So it might be that you need to kind of just sit down and think about like the way you feel about yourself, the way that you feel about the relationship at the moment. What beliefs are coming up for you? Are they negative? Are they positive? I feel like these are mostly negative beliefs coming up. So I feel like there needs to be some acknowledgement or some awareness of what beliefs are coming up for you. Okay. Often we can kind of project our beliefs onto other people, and we can blame other people, and we can say, um, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, or they're being this way and they're being that way. But actually, it's what we believe about ourselves. It's what we believe, um, you know, about our worthiness or our deservingness, or whatever it is. There's something coming up from us that's kind of projected onto them. Okay, so there's something around that this week. I'm just going to see if there's any. So yeah, it says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Now I know it says religious, but I honestly do think that it's not really. It may be, some of you might be watching and you may be religious, and you might have some difficulties coming through to do with your religious beliefs. Maybe there's some kind of friction, or some conflict going on in terms of religious factors. So maybe that might be the case if that relates to you, if that resonates with you. But I do feel like this is mainly around beliefs, limiting beliefs, self-belief and all that. And I also feel like it's to do with your upbringing. So it says here upbringing. So it could be, and it's not just upbringing in terms of childhood. It can also be your upbringing through life. So anything that's kind of happened to you through life in terms of previous relationships, what's happened in previous relationships for you. Is there any recurring patterns coming through? So is there anything that's kind of coming up for you that you've felt before or thought about yourself before, with other people? So it might be worth just kind of writing these things down, or really thinking about what patterns are coming up again. Is this person reflecting something back again that's come up in other relationships? Can't really give any examples at the moment, but maybe someone's doing something that your previous partner did, and you'll be like, oh, here we go again, they're doing it again. And it's not. It's something that's in you. It's a belief. It's just, a lot of the time that person is a mirror to us. They're a mirror to our inner wounds, or inner beliefs, or whatever we haven't looked at before and haven't really changed our perception of, or or perspective of even. It's the same thing, isn't it, when you say yeah. So they're often a mirror to that, and they're often just showing us what we need to look at. Okay, so it's worth just looking into that and thinking, what can I change in terms of that? Is it something I'm just thinking and it's not even true? Is there something that I need to do differently? Okay, do I need to look at this differently? Do I need to change something, like change the way I'm being? Will that improve things? And it might be worth just just giving that a go, you know, just to see if it works, just to see if it helps in any way. You know, can I be kind of more accepting of how they're being and just look at my stuff and take responsibility for the way I'm feeling. Okay, so there's quite a lot in this card, and I do see why there's only 2 that have come out, but there's quite a big message in this one. I'm just going to see if there's anything in the next one that I feel like it relates to this a bit, because it does say free yourself. Okay, just show you that up close. You can see I've sorted my stand out this week. So it's not I'd have to, like, you know, really focus in and out. Anyway, so it says free yourself. Okay, it's time to take back control of your life. Okay, so that it literally just kind of does go with the same thing. It's about you taking control. Okay, you taking responsibility. You know, this other person doesn't have to change. They don't have to be any different. Okay, they can just be how they're being, and it can sometimes be up to you to look at this differently. Okay, to free yourself, okay, from this pattern, you know, because as I say, there might be patterns coming up again that have come up in previous relationships, and there'll be a reason for that. You know, things keep coming up and up and up again for us to heal, to change, to look at differently. Okay, we are the creators of our own lives. Okay, we change that. Okay, so it's up to us to do the work. It's up to us to free ourselves and change the way it is. Okay, we can do this. You know, you are powerful people. You can do this. Here, I'm reminded a bit of kind of like putting barriers around yourself, restricting your voice, because he's got some kind of collar or belt, even. It looks like a belt that's kind of like tied up around his neck. But if you look really closely, I don't know if you can see, on the belt, it looks quite loose. It looks like you can actually just open that really easily. Like with belts, you know how to open a belt, you know, you can literally just unfasten it yourself. It's not like you know, a padlock and key and someone's took the key, you know, and you've got no way of opening it. You can take that belt off yourself. You know how to. Okay, so this is about knowing how to free yourself, knowing how to, you know, maybe stop and just literally use what inner resources you have to improve this situation. Okay, and let me just see if there's a. Well, I was kind of looking for like a gate or something on on this fence that's around him. There's no gate or anything, but all I can see is if he just stands up, he can just jump over that. Oh, he can just jump over that fence. You know, it's that easy. It's just like stop. You know, stop restricting yourself. Stop just laying there and not doing anything. Okay, so you all you've got to do is stand up. You know, look at the situation differently, and just think of ways in which you can improve that yourself. Okay, so free yourself, jump over that fence, get up, get up from your misery, or you know, whatever you're feeling, your negative thoughts, negative beliefs. You know, whatever's coming up, just think of it differently. Think outside of the, I was going to say box, but fence in this situation. Okay, yeah, it is possible. Okay, it's really possible to free yourself from this. So that's I'm just going to see if there's any support cards for that from the angel prayers. So is there anything that we need to know? Is there anything we need to know that supports either of these cards that have come up today? Any guidelines, any direction? If anyone needs to know any ways forward in terms of this, what can they do? You know, I think, yes, hang on. Yeah, there's one. So, peace and harmony. Okay, so this is the support card for these 2 cards. So if anyone's wondering, well, how can I do that? You know, where do I start? Peace and harmony. So it's becoming peaceful with yourself. So taking yourself somewhere where you can get quiet. okay? Whether that's, you know, maybe 5 minutes. If you don't get much time, and I completely understand, people have got children or, you know, busy lives, it's hard to find that quiet, it's hard to find that time, but we all have so much time. Like, you might think that there's not much hours in the day, but if you actually think about it, we all have 5 minutes that we can just find here and there. You know, if we just take ourselves out for a walk, or, you know, before we go to bed, even go to bed a little bit earlier on your own and just take some time on your own, just be quiet, and, you know, take some time to write, or, you know, even if you get like, if you know, even if you're in the shower or the bath, you know, just take that time to kind of reflect and just be like, okay, well, what's going on for me? You know, what's really going on for me? Like, what am I thinking? What am I believing? You know, where can I start? What's the first thing I can start with? You know, and actually, you know, creating that space for yourself is a really good starting point. It's a really good starting point, because we can distract ourselves with so many things. We can throw ourselves into work. We can, you know, spend loads of time. Oh, my battery's low. Hang on. We can spend loads of time with friends. We can, you know, watch TV. We can just fill our minds with so much noise, when actually all we need to do is just switch off from time to time, and just, we can sort it out ourselves in 5 minutes. Like, that is how easy it can be sometimes, trust me. Just by switching off, just for that 5 minutes or so. You know, if you can find longer, brilliant. But yeah, get peaceful with yourself. Okay. My battery is low, so I hope it doesn't run out. If it does, I'll have to post another video, because I haven't got enough. No, I don't think I've got a lead near me, a plug socket near me. Anyway, so we're going to go into the work your light cards now, and we're just going to be about careers, or, you know, to do with work, or, you know, whatever worries, concerns, guidance you want around work, careers, vocation. This is going to help with that. So, what guidance do we need to know in terms of work, career, vocation this week? Sometimes they take a while. What do we all need to know about careers and work this week? Oh, okay, there's one. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. Okay. Anything else? I really need to know how to shuffle my cards differently. I've been trying that. You know, the what's it called? You know, the one where you get two packs and they go into each other. And I've been watching people do that, and I've tried it, and I can do it a little bit, but it's not brilliant. Ah, there we go. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's not brilliant. I haven't mastered that yet, so we'll get there hopefully. Okay, so we've got break the chain. Don't know if you can see that. Okay, break the chain, but it came up upside down, so I'm just going to see if there's any messages in terms of that. So because it came upside down, do you feel like you're, is that obvious? You feel like you're kind of upside down all over the place at the moment, in terms of, you know, doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that's why I feel like it says break the chain, you know, patterns, rewriting the future. So I feel like you need to do something different. I'm getting the message through to, you don't necessarily have to quit your job. Sorry, I'll just hold the card up if you need to see it. You don't necessarily have to quit what you're doing, but I feel like you need to make it better for yourself. So you need to balance it out with something else. So maybe like the time that you spend at work, just obviously, you know, do what you do, you know, it's a bit annoying if you don't like your job, if you find it really difficult to be there for, you know, so many hours. I totally get that. But if you can balance that out with something that you enjoy when you are not at work, you know, whether that's doing something creative, something that you feel passionate about, you know, for example, you know, I do this on the side of my day job, so it's kind of like that sort of thing, and I absolutely love this, you know. This is like, it just gives me so much joy and so much like good feelings. So, you know, to do something like that, and then it kind of balances it out, and you know, eventually, hopefully, it will become something that's permanent, or it will lead you onto something else for your day job that will make you feel better. So it's like you just need to do something to break the chain, okay? Just a little something. Maybe, you know, you like doing art, or you like, you know, you like painting, or you like singing, or um, just a hobby that you really love to do. You know, do that on the side if you can fit it in. And I will say, it is crucial to fit it in, because when you start doing stuff that you love to do, it actually, it's strange, but it actually creates more time and space in your life. Like, I don't know how it works, but it just does. Like, it just does, honestly. So you might not think, oh, I haven't got the time. You know, I've got to get home. I've got to do the housework. I've got to do the kids. I've got to do the tea. I've got, you know, whatever it is. But you need to fit that in for you. Okay, I feel like it's really important for you to do that. Okay, that will help your mind. It will help you to, as I say, create more space, and because you're creating more space for things you love, and it will open up your heart more. It kind of feels like it will create more space in your life. Okay, so that's important, I feel. The next card is align your life. And that kind of goes, it's the same thing. It's aligning with your true self. Okay, align with what you love. Okay, do something you love. Do more of what you love. If you're already doing the stuff that you love on the side, do more of it. Okay, spend more time doing that. If you find yourself really frustrated one day from your day job or whatever, go home and do more of what you love. Okay, spend more time doing that. Because what I found is it actually grows. Like, the more you do it, the more you get to do it. I don't know how, but it just, like, things happen and you end up doing it more, and then you feel like you're not so worried about your day job. You're not so worried about your other job that isn't fulfilling you, for instance. And this is like, I'm directing this at people who are working, because I do feel like it, you know, the people who are watching are working. But if there isn't anyone who, if there's people who have lost their jobs, or, you know, people who aren't working at the moment, there is still a message for you as well. It's still a message to do what you love. Okay, pretend you're working. Pretend you're working doing what you love. Like, for instance, if you like drawing or painting or singing, I know it sounds ridiculous, but honestly, pretend that you're doing it as a job. Like, that's really ridiculous. But sometimes if we play make believe, you know, like when you're kids and you play make believe, these things can just, they just make you feel so much better, and you can actually start attracting things in, like really good things for yourself. If you're in a really good high vibration and really good mood, you attract more good things. So you might actually find that you'll then get offered things, you know, you'll be in a much better place to receive. Okay, so that's important as well. So then we've got Sisterhood of the Rose. This is about speaking to people that really know you. Kind of same message came through from last week, where I said about you know, hanging around with people that make you feel good, that know you inside and out. And this is really important, because these people can really help you. They can actually guide you. They know you well enough to know what you're suited in. Sometimes we don't know ourselves enough. Like, we're so wrapped up in all of the fears and all of the worries and all of the stresses that we can forget who we are. We can forget what we're good at. You know, a lot of people can actually tell us, you know, oh, you're ever so good at this, you know, you're ever so patient, you're ever so good with computers, you're ever so good with people. Like, they can just see it, because they're standing outside, you know, they're looking in, whereas we're coming from ourselves. So sometimes it's really hard to step outside and look at ourselves and say, you are really good at this, you know. This is for people who are feeling maybe that they aren't good at stuff. I feel like a lot of negative beliefs, again, from the other cards, are coming through about yourselves and what we can and can't do, what we're capable of. Okay, so I feel like this is a message to really draw on those people that really love us and support us and know us inside and out, and ask them, what do you think I'm good at? You know, what do you think I bring to the table? You know, what's going to be good for me going forward. Maybe they help you to find a job or a course or something that will align with you, and again, align your life. You know, this card came through, align your life. So align with what you're good at, okay? Align with what suits you, okay? And these people are going to help with that, I feel. And then we've got answer the call. So I just feel like someone's going to get a phone call. Like, that is, you know, how simple the first message that is comes through. Someone's going to get a phone call soon, or someone's waiting for a phone call, really. And I do feel like that call is going to come, but you do need to stay positive. You do need to stay in that high vibration, and that's what I mean by doing things you love. Just letting go, forgetting about the outcome, just doing things you love. Get yourself in that really high vibration, that really good, happy feeling, and then things will come in. You'll get that phone call, or you'll get that opportunity. And this is about, you know, that opportunity coming in. But also, this is also about answering the call of your soul. So answering what you really, really want to do. For years and years and years, I heard a message coming through for what I had to do, and it took me till I was 30 to do it, you know. I had that call coming through from the age of 14, you know, so hopefully it's not going to take you that long, but just really tune into what is your intuition telling you, you know, what is your heart telling you, what do you really, really want to do? It's really strange. I've just remembered I had a conversation with a taxi driver last night when I went out, and he was talking about his job, and he was saying that he's not happy, you know, he has to deal with, you know, people like really being idiots and stuff all the time, you know, in his car, and, you know, things going wrong in his taxi. Not going to go into it, it's a bit minging. And then he was saying about a job that he used to have, and I said to him, and he can't do it anymore apparently, and I said to him, you know, if you had a dream job, what would you do? And he said, like, this job that he used to do years ago, but he can't do it anymore because he's moved countries, and it was quite sad, really. But I just felt for him. I felt like, you know, if there was a way for, you know, if we can get ourselves out of this fence thing, you know, from the other cards, if there was a way of doing that, you know, just, you know, what would you do, you know, or, you know, what steps could you take, you know? And these sisters can help you with that, you know, these supportive people can help you. So if you think, oh, I really want to do this, but, and then you come up with loads of excuses, these people can actually help you with getting yourself out of that negative mindset, okay, as well. So think about that. So I'm just going to see if there's any support cards in terms of all of these. So is there any support that we need to know? Yep. In terms of career, of these cards that are coming out, is that the only card that we need, or is there any more? I think that's it, actually. So we've got move your body. So this is about really just moving. And actually, I'm reminded of I did keep it out. I'm reminded of this again. It's really weird how these two are connected. And actually, a lot of the time, love, relationships are connected to career as well. Okay, they do merge sometimes, because if we are connected to our heart, and obviously relationships, love and everything, if we're connected to our heart, it will start moving things in the career aspect as well, okay? I've often found that if, you know, I've changed relationships, I've then changed jobs as well, okay? Or I've gone into something I love because I'm connected to my heart, okay? Oh my God, I've just been reminded of something years ago, actually, where I won't go too much into it, but it makes total sense. If we connect with our heart, if we open our heart to people, if we let in the relationships that we want, if we let in, you know, better situations, and believe in better situations in terms of relationships, and we actually do it, and we, you know, get fulfilled in that area, our career will change. Things in our work will change. So we'll start seeing better things coming through in terms of work and career. So this is about moving. So as I say, sorry, I went off on a tangent. I was reminded of this. So I was reminded of getting up, jumping over the fence. Move your body, okay? Don't feel stagnant. Don't just stay in the same place. You know, you can get up. You've got legs, you know, get up and move. Jump over that fence. Do your stuff yourself. Sort it out. So that's what's coming through in terms of that. So thank you for that support today. So I think that's it, and we've managed to get to the end of the video without battery running out, so that was great. So thank you so much for listening this week, and have an amazing week. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, message me if you need any support, and yeah, that's it. Thank you ever so much. See you later. Have a good week. Bye.